Hi, my name is Jesse Swengros, and today going to be doing my artist presentation on Hito Steyerl. Please excuse me if I mess up any names. She's a German filmmaker, moving image artist, and writer. Hito attended the Japan Institute of Moving Image and later attended the University of Television and Film Munich, gaining most of her inspiration from Helmut Farber and Heiran Faraki. The reason in which I chose Hito is because of, first, what interested me was the exhibits. I've never been to any, but based off the images, the exhibits appear to show a lot of interactiveness to them. For example, in this first image on the top, under the bench, there's some headphones. Using headphones for the videos makes the sound more real world, which I thought was really cool. So you'll see throughout the presentation from the pictures, a lot of the exhibits have a lot of interactiveness to them or are made to be very involving to the video or very related to the video, and it really sets you in the mind to be able to experience the video in a different way, and I found that very interesting. And another example is then that second picture with the dolphin. That's actually an online exhibit, and that was really cool because if you click on it, you're able to experience anytime, anywhere, and it was almost like a 360 video. Now, if I had a headset, I wish I did, or like a VR headset, that'd be really cool, but it was still really cool to see the entire 360 view, and it even over the computer screen, it felt very involving. And then the other reason is the nostalgia part. I found it very nostalgic, the low resolution characters that are used in these, in that art piece specifically. For example, like the army man, they look, it's like low resolution. It reminds me a lot of like the old Call of Duty games and old video games that I used to play. And so about her work, Hito is very fascinated with images, mostly the amount of images that we experience every day, and that there are so many images around the world, and that they're all made in different ways, and the technology that is used to make these images. She also has a very diverse inspiration range, meaning not all of her inspiration comes from one kind of thing. She gets inspiration from like dance moves to TV, from modern architecture, and then she'll even get inspiration from mathematics and philosophy. But she also deals with a lot of social and political issues that she feels strongly about, such as like women's rights, political corruption, and the horror of conflict and war. In this first image, it is from a snapshot from her one of her most famous video art pieces, How Not to Be Seen. It's very famous. It is one of the most widely talked about video artworks out there. The video is structured in 5 lessons: how to be invisible in front of a green screen, how to be invisible by becoming a picture, how to be invisible by merging into the world, how to be invisible by disappearing, and how to be invisible by living in a gated community. The video really explores the difference in invisibility, surveillance, and the politics of digital images in this world. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then the second image is a snapshot from one of the exhibits that shows the video artwork, Factory of the Sun. The video is structured as a fictional news report with motion capture. The pieces includes references to real-world events and technologies, examining the ways in which digital capitalism, surveillance, and labor intersects in our world. It also uses the piece to highlight absurdities and injustice of these systems, and it really suggests that we can make a change and we can resist these injustice. So a lot of her artwork talks a lot about real world activities and explains like what we can do to go against them and shows the flaws in our world. what people have written about her work. A lot of people say her art is for the times, so going back to involvement in a lot of the real world activity and everything, and a lot of the politics in the world. That's why people say it's for the times, so it's for right now. And then the New York Times wrote an article called "Artists with Power." She uses it for change. So back on that same theme of that, her artwork deals a lot with real world problems and invokes change in them. She's a visionary artist, or in the article it talks about how she's a visionary artist and thinker whose work transcends traditional boundaries. Her influence extends far beyond the art world, inspiring new ways of thinking about our contemporary life. So it kind of fits all that same theme of really using her artwork to send a message rather than just, throwing up some cool stuff, which I really enjoy about her artwork, is that it is more than just art. It's a message as well. And here's my references. I would very highly encourage you to go look into her and experience some of this artwork as well, especially the online one. So I appreciate you listening to my presentation, and thank you.